I mean, Lamar Jackson is having his best year by far, and he's had 2 MVPs awards already.
That's fair.
I think we're going to see how it plays out. I think Josh Allen's probably going to win it at this point. Rundown Monday, December 16th. We got Tate. We got Donnie. I'm Stephen Shea. We are presented by High Noon. It's kind of foggy out here in Chicago, rainy a little bit, but no matter the forecast, live like the sun's always out with High Noon hard seltzer made with real spirits and real juice. Text some friends to get the plans going and pick up a pack on the way. High Noon is 100 calories with no added sugar, available in vodka seltzer, tequila seltzer variety pack, and tequila seltzer variety packs with a crisp, delicious flavors for every occasion under the sun. Visit highnoonspirits.com to find a pack near you. Overreaction Monday. Obviously, football is yesterday. Some big games, certainly. I think the Lions and Bills game was, entertainment-wise, one of the best games we've seen this year, 48-42. The Bills win. The Lions lose. David Montgomery has an MCL injury that he's going to get a second opinion on. Starting cornerback Carlton Davis broke his jaw. Their best defensive lineman left. Aleem McNeil tore his ACL, so they're kind of decimated. Is this kind of a fun watch, you guys? Do you think the Bills, who do you think is a bigger Super Bowl contender right now? The Bills or the Lions? Tate, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I know Gruden shredded you yesterday on the shred line for saying the obvious, but Josh Allen locked up the MVP, and I think the Bills, the Chiefs have one loss, right? So, like, they're going to be the number 1 seed as of now, but wouldn't you take the Bills against the Chiefs if they were to play? You disagree.
The Chiefs are just their boogeyman. I don't know.
Josh Allen's such a monster right now.
I know. I also don't think he has the MVP locked up.
Really?
Did you see what Lamar Jackson did yesterday? I know he played the Giants, but Lamar Jackson is having his best year by far, and he's had 2 MVPs awards already.
That's fair.
I think we're going to see how it plays out. I think Josh Allen's probably going to win it at this point, but I don't think it's fully wrapped up yet.
How do you think the Bills can catch the Chiefs? Like, the Chiefs just keep winning. And I think whoever has that home field advantage is going to have a huge advantage in that game, obviously.
I really don't like how the NFL does their playoffs now with 7 teams and then 1 team getting the bye. I feel like it just makes the 1 seed too advantageous because before, the number 2 seed would get the bye, and that's obviously a major advantage. So, you're playing for that now. It's like, all right, well, the 1 seed is, going to be locked up by week, 17 probably, 17, 18, What is it? I guess we're just jostling for seeding at that point. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a mess. Donnie, who do you like out of these two to win it all?
Well, full disclosure, I watched Zero Football this weekend because I was on a flight from Mumbai, India to Istanbul.
As one does.
Which was like 7 hours, then a layover, and then an 11-hour flight from Istanbul to Chicago.
What before you go on, what is the entertainment like on those long flights? There are TVs in the seats, right? Or no?
On the Mumbai to Istanbul flight, the TV did not work.
Oh,
there was nothing. I hope. Luckily, I slept that entire flight. On Turkish Airlines, they did have a TV, a bunch of movies. I watched Twisters, I watched Beetlejuice, and I watched It Ends With Us, which is like a chick flick about domestic violence.
All right.
I guess it's a chick. It's a film made for females. But it's important. It's important for men to watch, too.
I think domestic violence is bad.
Yes, yeah.
Put me on record as well. Yeah. Bad.
The Barstool Rundown disavows domestic violence.
I'm going to go ahead and say the whole company disavows it.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Wow. You're right. It's not just the Rundown.
I'm going to do that for this one.
But a huge Turkish Airlines doesn't serve ginger ale. And ginger ale, I don't know why, but everybody loves it on planes. It's the number 1 in-air beverage. I know Hank agrees with me.
I'm a tomato juice guy in the air. Ooh. Only in the air.
No, thank you.
I'm out at all times.
Only in a Bloody Mary. That's the only time I think I have ever consumed tomato juice.
Pretty good. Try it next time. And I read something about it. I saw a blurb about something where it, because you're so high, your taste buds are different, so it hits differently when you're 30,000 feet up. It's good.
Okay. I can't promise I'll try it. In terms of the NFL, I mean, I want anyone to win it besides the Chiefs because I feel like the Chiefs win one more. There's going to be a lot of comparisons with the Patriots.
Yeah.
A lot of, Mahomes, Tom Brady comparisons. And I don't want that to happen. I want their GOAT status solidified. I would love to see the Bills win it.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Lions win it. Those guys. I mean, I guess Bills fans and Lions fans have just had a rough.
It would
go
be cool
of
to
it.
see
Yeah.
those fan bases get together and at least. I feel like if that was Super Bowl week in New Orleans, I feel like it would be less like rivalry shit talk. Like we're gonna kick your ass. That doesn't mean like both fans just being like, isn't it cool to be here?
Yeah,
I think that would be a fun vibe.
It was when I know it's different because the Cubs are one of like the marquee teams in baseball, but when the Indians played the Cubs, someone was going to break a stretch of like hadn't won one in forever. Obviously, wish the Indians would have won, but it feels like that kind of where like those will be two teams where someone's going to break the barrier and win a Super Bowl. Yeah.
Speaking of breaking the barrier, Jonathan Taylor did not do that with the goal line yesterday. A big story bit. This is a continued problem. It started in 2008, I believe, with Deshaun Jackson. Maybe it was 2009 against Dallas, where he kind of threw the ball. That was very blatant. This one was very close. You kind of have to slow it down, look at a different angle, and be like, "Oh shit, he really did drop the ball."
But
like
how, Che?
A fraction.
Why do we have to slow it down and look at the fraction?
It's tough. There is a line judge right there.
No, I'm saying like why is Jonathan Taylor even making it close?
Yeah.
I feel like an old man yelling at clouds, like a dude that's never played in the league, but like it ain't that hard to just run through the end zone.
Yeah.
Drop it at the end of the end zone.
Yeah.
That should be a
And
thing.
that's everyone's take though. So like, Che, you're a football ambassador. What are you going to do to change this?
I mean, you got to coach him, like Donnie said, like to run through the back of the end zone with the ball. Like, there's no advantage. This wasn't even one where he's like stretching out. Like, I can get it if it's a guy and it's, 3rd and goal or 4th and goal and you're stretching out to cross the pylon and, it gets jarred out. You drop something. That is somewhat explainable. This one where Jonathan Taylor has broken away from everybody. There's no one within 3 yards of him, and he is crossing the goal line, not even at full speed. He's, starting to slow down. You gotta get past that line. I think this is a running backs coach thing and wide receivers coach and, full head coach, everything, offensive coordinator, head coach. You gotta teach them to run at least halfway through. I would coach it to run through the back of the end zone with the ball.
Yep. Do the Gronkowski spike, if anything.
Yeah, do anything to just get in the end zone with the ball, because this was not only, from a betting perspective, very annoying. Jonathan Taylor, I'm sure, ruined a lot of parlays and bets and all that stuff. But from a game perspective, the Colts were winning 13-7 at this point. They could have been up 20-7, been in full control. Instead, this is the rule that Rich Eisen hates, but, you drop the ball before the goal line. It goes out of the end zone. So not only do you not score, you give the ball to the other team, no points on the board. They have the ball now. The Broncos went on to win this game. This was a pivotal game. The Colts were in the hunt. They were 6-7. If they win this game, they take the Broncos down a notch. They would then own the tiebreaker over. There would be a 1-game difference separating them. I mean, they would be right there. Instead, this happens, and now their season essentially is over, which is a crazy way to end it.
Yeah, I saw Jack Mack said he'd never done it before, but he tweeted that he will be sending his first ever Venmo request to a professional athlete. And I don't know what to say. I don't know. I feel like an idiot suggesting it. Like, it's obviously not going to happen, but we have to do something to deter these dudes from doing this, because it matters to their team. It matters to the fantasy players. It matters to the bettors. That was a pivotal drop. What are we going to do? We're going to fine him?
I would guess he's going to get a team fine.
He should get something, because he screwed. I mean, it's fantasy football playoff and championship weekend.
Yeah.
That's a long touchdown that turns into a fumble lost.
Yeah. It was the fantasy football world championships this weekend in Nashville. I saw Dana Beers and Mincy. Mincy riding a bull was great. Mincy just absolutely locking down Larry Fitzgerald. Did you see any of this footage that Dana was tweeting?
Yeah, I watched.
Dana did a great job.
Mincy talking the guy's face off.
Yeah, that was quite a scene.
How do you think that went down? Because like Larry Fitzgerald obviously is not there because he was just like he's being paid to be there, whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
So he has to interact with everyone and keep a straight face on. Man, they really put him to the test. Mincy had him in a seatbelt.
Yeah, that was.
We've all been there.
Yeah, but it's Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, but we also, like, when we're here, I guess we're all, working and have our things to do, but like he, I'm sure, was supposed to like meet and greet, for the most part, everyone, and just kind of go around and mingle. And Mincy just
Talk to Mincy for half the
absolutely in
time.
the torture chamber.
I've seen that curled hand point
Yeah.
as I like shimmy to the bathroom. Larry couldn't do it.
The wildest thing about their time together, I think, was the photo. Did you guys see the photo? Did you see Mincy's stance in the photo?
Yep. Yeah,
No,
I did.
He went full like sorority. Doug, can you pull this up? I believe Dana tweeted it. Where he does the, you know how women sometimes if they're in a picture they'll do the like foot down the
squat action thing?
No, not the squat action, but like the toe down to like kind of flex the leg a little bit.
Yeah.
He did that in whatever he was wearing, Skechers, in a photo next to Larry Fitzgerald. So
I love that.
fucking
I mean,
funny.
Mincy he's a Southern gentleman. He's a sorority trained SEC guy.
I have a very dumb question. Like, what exactly are the fantasy football world championships? Like, what
I have that
teams
answer.
are competing in that?
Go ahead.
So basically, DraftKings puts on these qualifiers all year round, and you have to instead of like winning big money in the daily fantasy, you win a ticket to the World Championship.
Oh,
and I
okay.
believe the winner of yesterday's World Championship, I think, got like $2.5 million.
Holy
People
shit.
can't see this, but Doug is getting
Yeah.
absolutely bodied by Twitter login right now. Has no idea what his password is. We'll put it in.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
he's got-
stalling over here.
He's got 1 foot, so he's not
Tough to
he's
see.
not doing the tippy toes trying to seem taller. He's just got this crazy pose with like 1 foot up.
And it's Dana, Larry Fitzgerald, and then Mincy, and Mincy doing this pose. It is quite the sight to see. But all right, let's move on from those guys. I want to talk about I think the biggest story in the football world really was Travis Hunter winning the Heisman, obviously on Saturday night. Congrats to Big Cat, $200,000 cashed in his 40-1.
Yeah.
40-1 ticket.
And is that his biggest win of the season?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his
Yes.
biggest win
His
ever,
biggest
I believe.
biggest win ever.
Holy shit.
200 grand.
But the story about this, Jack Mack did a really good job chronicling it, is Travis Hunter's girlfriend or fiance?
Fiance?
Fiance, okay. Ugh.
Why'd you go, ugh?
Well,
Well,
see where
because
Chase
nothing
feels.
to do with her physically. She's an attractive woman, but I think as a general rule, people should ideally not, and it's not 100%. You shouldn't get married to someone you met in high school or college, just because you are going to be stuck in those patterns for a long time. You're not really going to have the chance to develop and grow up. So Travis Hunter is 19 years old, 20 years old. So the person that he is.
Is it
with
girlfriend,
now-
Doug? Can we check
feel-
on that?
I feel like
There's a lot
you
of
see
girlfriend
that.
being
You
thrown
see
around.
that a lot in the pros, where people stay with it's either their high
Certainly.
school or their college like sweetheart. It's someone they were with before the pros, and maybe they do that because they know once they get into the pros, it's going to be hard to just like the chick is going to be kind of after one thing. They
Sure.
They
Yep.
know you're an NFL player, and you know they're at least first interested because of the money. Where
Yep.
these girls, it's like, oh, they like me for me.
That's true, but this just reminds me of like most college relationships where things are not going great and she's kind of giving the cold shoulder. It comes to light that she doesn't stand up during when he gets announced as the Heisman, which
Last
is
to
one of
stand,
the
first to
biggest.
sit.
I actually don't have a problem with the first to sit because he embraced her first. So like,
Yeah, it's her turn.
Like, I think
Yeah.
it's okay to sit and make room for other people, but for Coach Deion Sanders to basically nudge her to stand up is a tough look. And then all these other things come out with her, kind of not giving a kiss on the sideline during his last game, all this stuff. And then I think maybe the craziest one of all, did you guys see the video of the sponsored Adidas event where she's just 3 feet away from him, like mean mugging all the people that are trying to take pictures with him? Just a lot of bad vibes coming from this one. Donnie, what is your take on her in general?
I mean, when she didn't quite stand up, like some people were saying, maybe she just wasn't trying to make it all about herself, which is fine.
Okay.
She was still clapping. When she's getting annoyed at him having to like take a bunch of photos or sign a bunch of autographs, it's
Yep.
like you're dating like one of the best college football player
Yeah.
in the country.
Yeah.
You got to get used to that. That's the price you pay
Yep.
to have a very successful fiance. So yeah, she needs to get over that. Or just find a new boyfriend because it's only gonna get more intense when he goes to the pros.
Yeah. I didn't love Tate. Where do you stand on this?
I mean, I thought the most interesting part of the whole story is the background of him trying to make her his girlfriend multiple times, like growing up, and she just wasn't interested because he wasn't her type. It just feels like, when she became his type or her type was when he became a top 5 NFL pick in the draft and was going to be the Heisman. I don't want to Che, you don't like that, but I'm telling you, the way her face is expressed in all of these moments, like, damn, I got to deal with this. Yeah, I don't know if she'd be with him if he wasn't the Heisman Trophy winner or the...
I don't know about that, because if you're with someone because they are whatever, going to be a top 5 pick, Heisman Trophy winner, all this stuff, college football superstar, wouldn't you embrace this? Like, if you are seeking that, I would think that you're like, oh, this is great. This is exactly what I signed up for and more. Instead, she's looking a little bit uncomfortable and unhappy in all of the spots she is, whether it's the sideline,
So do you think she's like happy when they're just like, do you think she appears to be the type of girl that is pleasant to go to the movies with when there's no cameras around? She doesn't, I mean, she doesn't look happy doing anything right now.
It's not fair. And this is not really an indictment on her. She's 19 or 20 years old.
Yeah, true.
And, I think just people that are together when they are 20 years old are not the same person they will eventually be in life. And I think, I'm sure both of them have a lot of growing up to do and all that shit, but they're just in an infant relationship. Like they're in a very young relationship, and I don't know if she's ready for it.
Did you see Travis defend her?
No.
Yeah, Travis. So there's a new part of the story. Travis went on and he does his live stream or Twitch or whatever, and he went pretty hard at people that are going hard at her. And he said that she's crying and she's been drinking way too much because of the hate she's been receiving, and she doesn't deserve it. So
I think she got too used to playing hard to get and being the princess in the relationship, and now the tables have sort of turned where
that's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the crown jewel in that relationship now, when it took him a lot to get her the first time.
Yeah. Hey, good for him. But yeah, I mean, also drinking too much when you're like a sophomore in college, that has to, I mean, what's the bar?
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah. What's the bar for that? All right, let's move on. Something I wanted to talk about. I don't know how deep we want to get into this, but what the fuck is going on with? Or actually, hold on. We'll do this first. Pop-Tarts unveiled the single greatest trophy in all of sports, a built-in toaster.
Yeah. Now I saw that they put it in. Do you think that's a functional toaster, or it can just
to be?
Oh yeah, they eat at the end.
So it's got batteries in it. That could be a safety header.
The wall, no.
Or yeah, but you don't want a trophy that you have to plug into the wall
it's probably
to work.
Like an iron, I would think. Like it's like the retractable cord. You know those?
Oh, so okay, then yeah.
I got it being battery powered. There's no way that they're going to plug this trophy in at the 50-yard line after the game when they hand it to someone.
And now they're
not going to toast a Pop-Tart at halftime, are they? Or
I bet you they do.
It's a bit of a safety hazard because a lot of those guys wear chains. What if he's celebrating with his chain gets in the toaster, electrocutes, goes up around his neck, boom, he's dead.
Common problem.
My biggest problem here, no offense, Riggs is my guy. Doug, you got to go to Riggs' Pop-Tart rankings. They're down there in the blog. Wild berry, strawberry, brown sugar.
Wild berry is very good.
It is good, but there is a Pop-Tart that is not in the top 5 that is being snubbed right now.
Is it Hot Fudge Sundae?
S'mores is and Hot Fudge Sundae is great too.
Yeah.
S'mores is like an American classic.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
not
a
in your top 5,
thirst
Riggs?
inducing. Like you need a giant jug of milk or a water bottle to consume one of those.
I mean, all Pop-Tarts flavors are good,
throat.
but frosted strawberry and then frosted cherry both in it, that's somewhat duplicative. They're having one at 2, one at 5. There's not that crazy of a difference between them.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's no chocolate representation in Riggs' top 5 there.
Sometimes if you're having those for breakfast, sometimes a bunch of chocolate can be a little too heavy first thing in the morning.
It's true.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just soft.
They're good throughout the day though. All right, let's go on. We are the rest of the rundown. Cues him in a little bit on that, Doug. It's presented by SimpliSafe. This is my home security system, official security system of the Che household. If you worry about the safety of your home and family, there's no better time to act. Right now, SimpliSafe is extending its massive Black Friday deal for the viewers of the rundown. Get 50% off a new SimpliSafe security system. Right now, SimpliSafe is the home security to trust. Get 50% off today by visiting simplisafe.com/rundown. This is your last chance to protect your home at SimpliSafe's lowest price of the year. SimpliSafe is a new way to protect your home that stops intruders before they even break into your home. Old school systems only take action once someone is actually already inside your home. That's way too late. SimpliSafe's Active Guard outdoor protection changes the game by preventing crime before it happens. If someone's lurking around or acting suspiciously, those agents see them in real time, talk to them directly, set off your spotlights, even call the police before they even had a chance to break in. SimpliSafe is extending its massive Black Friday to viewers of The Rundown. This week only, you'll get 50% off any new system with professional monitoring plan. This is your last chance to get this best offer of the year again. Head to simplisafe.com/rundown. That's simplisafe.com/rundown. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Right.
I'm a new homeowner. I might have to check that out.
Congrats. SimpliSafe is the absolute best. Yeah. Set it for, like, I can check in on my living room, my outside. My mailman comes at like 7:30 at night.
Really?
That's way too late. Like, I'll get an alarm, like, or an alert being like movement outside your house. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? 7:30. Mailman.
Fun fact: Tate's a homeowner as well, but back in Ohio.
Yeah.
You didn't sell it?
I rent it to my.
He had just bought it.
Yeah, I just bought it.
Oh,
when he got the job here,
2 days before.
Closing costs. You know.
Are you? Do you feel comfortable telling people how much it cost?
Well, let me say this.
You don't have to.
Well, no, I mean, I was just shocked at how cheap you can buy a house in Ohio. But
okay.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it.
Just long story short, if you remember when I was first getting hired, Francis and some people like looked up my like address and it got cut from the rundown, which is fine. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
I don't live there. That is the house that I bought and fixed up. And I thought the person renting it from me was taking some absolute ricochet shots during that rundown. And I was just like, yeah, that's not my house.
Yikes. All right, let's talk about unidentified
the drones.
Flying objects. What the hell's going on in New Jersey? And I guess some part
Depends
of Pennsylvania,
on who you
I think it's like South Jersey-ish. So many drones only at night coming around in groups, it seems. And it looks like there's red and green lights on them, which is very festive, but also very confusing. So I'm hearing reports like around Tom's Riverage, which is like kind of South Jersey, and then also in Pennsylvania. Some people are saying they're coming off of the water, but like nobody really has an answer for this. The government isn't really answering for this. New Jersey, I believe the New Jersey governor or whoever sent a memo being like, we need to know what these things are. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I mean, there are some people who are being like, dude, they're all just planes. Like, I've looked at all the footage. They're like, they can all be explained as either planes or satellites, which, I mean, I guess I could see people from New Jersey just kind of making a big deal out of nothing. But I've also seen a bunch of videos where it's like, that is not a plane. And it could be something that the U.S. government knows exactly what's going on.
It has to be.
But they can't say anything. Like, say if there's like a Russian nuclear sub off the coast and those drones are monitoring it, they can't announce that to the public. Like, they got to keep that kind of top secret. I mean, I saw a clip of Trump saying like the government knows exactly what's going on and it's about time they told the public. I have no idea. Do you guys have any theories?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on who you ask. There's a million different conspiracies. Obviously, they could be aliens. They could be a fake alien attack. I see some people loving that theory, which is that we're about to fake an alien attack so then we can beat the aliens and tighten up the order of the United States and kind of restrict society a little bit. Trump's out there. Listen, all I'm saying, either the government knows what it is, which they have to, or else we would shoot them down. There is no way.
The video of that guy shooting his gun at him was...
There's no way that... So like I don't know if it was the press secretary or whoever it was, spoke for the Pentagon, whatever it was, someone was like, yeah, we just know they're not bad guys. Bullshit that the United States government doesn't know what those are, and we're just letting them fly.
Yeah, especially because a lot of spots have the technology. They have this little gun that you just point at a drone and it takes out the radio signal or whatever, and then it drops from the sky.
Wouldn't we do that in a heartbeat if we couldn't identify what they were?
Yeah, because even if it's just a bunch of people fucking around, I don't think the government would want like that many drones.
You don't...
willy-nilly everywhere.
You don't have
rules of engagement.
The rules of engagement? I mean...
There's the freedom of speech. There's the freedom of the press. You do not have the freedom to potentially be a bomb in the airspace. If we didn't know what those were, we would shoot them fucking down.
I mean, Do you think it
I
could
don't know,
be
like
like
if theoretically, I don't know what to believe. Theoretically, if they are aliens and you take one out, are you starting a cross galaxy war? That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like,
But
I think you need to find out exactly what they are first, and then
do you subscribe to the belief that they could still be unidentified objects, or do you think someone knows? And like Donnie said, maybe they just can't tell us, and the reason is because it's way above our pay grade and our safety layer. But there is no way that the United States is truly just in the dark on what these are.
what if they just show up one day? Like, how are you getting background fact check? Like, how are you getting all that stuff?
You shoot those motherfuckers down. You have to, Che. Dude, you have
Or
to.
yeah, you at least shoot one down so then you can take a closer look at it. I mean, what if it's like a bunch of bros on 4chan and they all got together because there's crazy drone technology now and they're like, let's like freak out the entire state of New Jersey with this
Mission
coordinated
accomplished.
drone display.
They
Because
got it.
have you seen the drone displays in China? It's wild
No.
what they can do with drones now. We should throw in a clip. Like they do these crazy drone shows there where they're all synchronized drones and they can like form moving objects in the sky. It's arguably cooler than any fireworks display I've ever seen. They can form crazy shapes and then change into, they can go from like a dragon into a running man. And
Okay.
they do these shows all over China now. So like I'm sure some people in the US would have, so like 2, 1, it's counting down.
That is somewhat what they look like.
But it's like, I don't think it'd be a foreign country because it's like, why would a foreign country needlessly antagonize us?
Yeah.
Like, they're not, like, what are they gaining from this? By just like freaking out a bunch of people in New Jersey and then like maybe really pissing off the US government.
A lot of people are saying that it has to be safety related somehow. Like the government has to know what it is, but they're not able to tell that they are sniffing bombs or whatever it may be. I don't know. It's to the point where I don't know who's been saying it, but they either need to shit or get off the pot. Like you either need to tell the American people, listen, we are not going to tell you what it is, but it's safety related. Or if you really don't know what they are, get them out of the sky.
So I don't really follow much news. This has kind of breached my world.
Yeah.
But what is the popular conspiracy theory with this? Is there one?
Well, according to Pug, he said it's aliens protecting us from other aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
That's just something I heard Pug say.
I do believe aliens are just us in the future.
I think the biggest like mainstream conspiracy is that they are something to do with the U.S. military, and we know exactly what they're doing. It's just we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
the
I
most believable.
Okay.
Because there's like one video, I'll send it to you so you can put it in, but like that is not just like a normal drone. Like,
mean? Right? Yeah, that's not some 14-year-old flying his drone up in the sky.
like what the hell? It's like rotating around.
What the hell? I saw a UFO in Jersey once. It was way bigger though.
100% UFO.
Yes.
Che confirmed.
Yes. Just like 3 years ago.
I guess right now Venus is like, or Saturn is the brightest that it's ever been at the moment. So people are like, maybe they're just like seeing planets or also this time of the year, there's a couple asteroid showers that like are happening over New Jersey. So it's like maybe people are just seeing the shooting stars, the asteroids, and mistaking them for drones. But whatever it is in this video is not a planet, not a shooting star, and not some kid's drone.
Interesting. This will be one we continue to monitor.
Yep.
Donnie, Thanksgiving is over and you are back from Turkey.
Yes.
How did it go with Baldstool?
It went as smooth as it could have gone. You know, at the last minute, I ended up bringing 8 stoolies. I didn't vet the stoolies at all, but they like, that was the original plan. All right, I'm going to like vet them and I'm going to choose maybe the 6 people that seem the most chill or who would be the most entertaining for content. But it was so last minute. I was like, if you can make these dates work and you can afford it, just come. They were all awesome guys.
Nice.
Well behaved. I probably had to be more worried about my own coworkers' behavior than the stoolies' behavior. But yeah, everyone got along. I could see this doing a season 2, 3, 4, 5 of the series. Istanbul's an awesome city. I think the procedures went well. I mean, we're not going to see the full effects for 6 months down the line.
Yep.
But a lot of fun. I think the only thing I would change is the first night we did a welcome dinner, I got bombed. And then the next morning, wake up and it's like, holy shit, I got to give like 16 people a tour of a foreign country now. But yeah, it was awesome. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen all the clips, but now we're going to be putting out like 4 to 6 long form vlogs recapping it all too. Yeah.
Nice. What's your one favorite story from the trip? I love seeing the White Sox Dave do it with the ice cream, but I mean, that's just.
I mean, I think the footage. Wait. Yeah. When he was the first person to beat a Turkish ice cream guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just shout out Estanove. They were the clinic that, hooked us all up. I think it was just absurd that I had free range in the clinic. So at first I'm dressed like I'm going to the club. I'm wearing a leopard sports jacket, and I can just walk into all the operating rooms while it's going on, while they're getting the needles into their skull. And I think that content is going to be hilarious. I kind of had my own little office in the clinic where I could take a break and eat a kebab. Eventually I think someone was like, oh, is that sanitary for him just to be, not wearing any gloves and just like wearing his normal clothes and being in the operating room? So then they made me put on a doctor's outfit, but I got free range to film whatever.
Nice.
Favorite story?
Was there an MVP of the trip? Who would you say was the best traveler for us?
White Sox Dave handled himself very well. Eddie, who has not traveled at all, I was shocked because I planned some group activities, and the moment we land, I'm like, all right, we're all going out to eat, and he was like, oh no, I already got an appointment at this barber shop 10 minutes away. And so I thought he was going to be a little more nervous, his first time he had ever left North America, and he's just going out on the streets doing his own thing. So I was shocked to see that. But White Sox Dave was probably the MVP of the coworkers. Don't think I've picked a Stooley MVP yet, but they were all great. Shout out Paolo.
Shout out Paolo.
Yeah, shout out Paolo, our Canadian Stooley, strong Canadian accent, hilarious dude. I mean, all the Stoolies were really liked White Sox Dave. I think, and White Sox Dave just came back because he's used to doing content where the content revolves around people shitting on him. Yep. And then that week in Turkey, he was only getting compliments oh my God, you look so good bald. And so, he was on cloud 9. What's another story that we got? Damn, I'll have to think, but we got lucky in terms of the weather. It was pouring rain. The first, the 2 days where everybody was just getting surgery, but then we had a day off at the end. The sun came out. We rented a yacht, went for a nice little cruise. The first morning I woke up, the jet lag was crazy. And I freaked out because I guess they were taking everybody, the first group of people, to get their procedures at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And I woke up at 9. I didn't know that. And someone had already shaved Dave's head. So I was like, oh shit, I got to get to the clinic. We were staying on the European side. The clinic was on the Asian side. So I just run out of my hotel. I get in a cab and I'm like, take me to Asia. I got to get to Asia. There's a big bridge. And then the cab driver refused to go over the bridge. And so then he just drops me off on the highway. And I'm just in the pouring rain, just trying to wave over a cab to get to Asia. I finally made it and was able to film the rest of the procedures. Wow. But yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to those videos. One final thing, if you care to address the, not elephant in the room, but there was the piece of, I don't know who took it, but maybe in a vlog, you talking about how Dave didn't like Baldstool. Dave then went back on a name show and said that he did like it, he was just kind of caught off guard that it was mentioned. Thoughts on that whole exchange? I don't know if you've listened to the Unnamed show yet.
Yes, I did, and I talked to Dave on the phone. He said that was just because he saw a clip of White Sox Dave and Nicky Smokes getting hair transplants, and he was like, am I supposed to be pumped about that? It was not anything geared towards me. Me and Dave had another conversation. This was maybe 3 weeks ago about something that happened outside of the Barstool bar. I wasn't going to make it public because I was like, it's just going to make obviously I don't want to make the bar look bad, but not me, but someone else had like posted a clip of that, and he was just upset about that. He's like, if you have a problem with something that happens at the Barstool bar, go directly to me and talk about it. Because at the end of the day, I own the bar. So anything like public, it's only going to hurt me and hurt Barstool Sports, which I fully understood. I still think I was in the right there. But I definitely agree with him that nothing should go public. We should just hash it out directly with him. And I did get my contract renewed.
Let's go. Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
And here's to more and more Baldstool.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Looking forward to watching. Anything else post show? Cool. All right. Thanks. December 16th. That is the rundown. See you guys.